I know this isn't going to be easy.
Bethany stated she was at the Whites up until 3:48 p.m. She left with Xana. Maddie, Kaylee, and Dylan stayed at the Whites. Ethan had left before her and Xana, so Ethan was out of there before any of the other roommates. Bethany and Xana went to AB's place. Is that Ava? I'm assuming that's Ava. Somewhere on Taylor.
When did you guys get the second guys up to?
Around 8 something. Maybe 8:30.
So 8:30 p.m.?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay. And prior to that, were you guys just at your house?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you left from your house?
Ethan was at formal because he went with his sister because she didn't have a date. And then we were just hanging out at our house. And then he came over and we all walked over together.
Okay, so that was you, Ethan, Xana. Was there another person with you? Or just the three of you
Maddie
walked over?
walked over with us.
Okay, and that's
Logan.
Logan?
Mm-hmm.
Is it M-A-D-D-I-E?
Mm-hmm. Her real name is Madison, though, I believe.
Okay. So you guys all walked over to... You were there about 8:30. Okay. Mm-hmm. Were you guys all pretty much together or just kind of mingling throughout the house most of the area?
We were all pretty much together, and then Maddie left to go to the club with Kaylee.
How the fuck does she know that they all went to sleep at 6 p.m. and woke up at 8? Like, did you guys all sleep in the same room? What the fuck? Once they all woke up, you see how like everything's collectively, like they're doing this shit together? Bethany places them all at the King Road house before 8 p.m. Once they all woke up, they got ready to go to a house party. Maddie and Bethany left first to go to P's apartment at around 9. Kaylee stayed. She wasn't going to go. So I'm confused because I thought that Dylan specifically invited Kaylee as a +1 to go to a party. So what changed? Why didn't she no longer want to go? So now we have Ethan, Xana, Bethany, and Maddie separate from Dylan and Kaylee. Dylan did not come with the rest of us and she walked over later. Maddie was not there for very long and she went back to the house to go to the club with Kaylee. At 9 p.m., Maddie, Bethany, Xana, and Ethan, they all go to this party, but something happens because Maddie ends up leaving at 9:09, 9 minutes later. She leaves and she goes to the corner club with Kaylee. Bethany was with this white person and they end up hanging out at the main house of one of the fraternities. And this is where she sees Ethan and Xana at around 10:30, 10:45.
Ethan and Xana most of the night, but then one of my friends came. Her name's and I hung out with her the rest of the night.
Okay. And who was that?
Her name's yes.
Can you spell it for me? Okay. And his last name?
I don't know how to pronounce it, and her full name is bigger than that.
Okay, that's fine. You have a phone number for her?
Yeah.
It's in the phone? Okay, we can get that in a minute. Okay, so you were with and at that point, Ethan and Xana were just kind of hanging out still at the house? Okay.
And then I went to our other friend's house.
Okay. What time was that at?
I don't know, maybe like 12-ish. But that could be wrong.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
And where's that house at?
It's just like up the street. I don't know that address.
Okay, up the street from...
Sigma Chi.
Okay.
Kind of.
So you guys are at the Sigma Chi, so you're walking back towards...
We walked back towards my house and then went up this way.
So like when you got to Taylor Street, you went up? So if you walked all the way from Sigma News...
Or
Sigma Chi, sorry.
Yeah. You know the apartments, the Whites?
Yep, I know the Whites.
It's like that street, that way.
So on Taylor?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Do you know roughly where on Taylor? Or does she live maybe on one of the other off streets?
It's on Taylor, but it's like one of the end houses by the next. I don't know how to explain it.
All right. Okay. And whose house is it that you went to?
It's... And I don't know their other roommate.
And So you here at this house, how long were you here?
Maybe like 40 minutes.
Okay.
And then I left by myself. And went back to my house.
So you walked home maybe around 1-ish?
Yeah.
And before Bethany left the blank frat, she saw Ethan and Xana in P's apartment. So somehow Ethan and Xana, they leave and go back to P's apartment. That was around what? 12:17. 12:17. So we got Xana and Ethan at 12:17 at P's apartment. Okay. Bethany stated she walked home at around 1 a.m. So Bethany walked home at 1. And Dylan and LM Lynn were the only, no, not Lynn, this is Lakeland. So Dylan and Lakeland were the only ones in the house when she walks in. So all of a sudden she reunites and boom, Dylan's there. Okay. And they were watching Vampire Diaries. And then she says that at 1:22 a.m., Lakeland leaves. Dylan went up to her room after she left around 2 a.m. Kaylee and Maddie come home. Maddie, Kaylee, Dylan, and Bethany went up to Kaylee's bedroom once they got home. Kaylee was getting ready for bed as they were hanging out in her room. Bethany, Maddie, and Dylan went downstairs, and Maddie and Bethany took Murphy out. Maddie and Bethany took Murphy out.
Okay. What did you see when you got home?
We're sitting on the couch watching Vampire Diaries. And no one else was home yet.
And is another roommate or what's his last name?
She's a Bethany.
Oh, okay. And
I actually don't remember her last name right now.
that's fine. And is live with you guys too, or just
She's
visit?
just a friend.
Okay.
And then she left.
Do you know what time she left at?
No.
But you were all watching.
Vampire Diaries.
Okay. And anything happened during that time period?
We were just hanging out.
Okay. Do you know who else was in the house at that time?
No one.
No one? Just the three of you? Okay. So what? Let's go a little bit more then. What happened next?
Maddie and Kaylee came home from the club. Left.
Maddie and who?
Kaylee.
Kaylee? Okay. And they got home from the club. You know what time that might have been?
I think I told one of the cops that was talking to me at the house, like, better times.
That's okay.
I don't really remember right now. Maybe like
Okay.
2 something, 1.
So if you got home around 1, that would have put them
Like
in
1:45, 2, something like that.
So near bar break? If you had to guess?
What?
Like near bar break?
What does that mean?
Bars normally close at 2 o'clock here.
Oh, yeah. They went to grub truck after, so
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. What did you do after that, after Maddie and Kaylee got home?
We all hung out in Kaylee's room for a little. And then talked, and then Maddie and I took Murphy out to pee, the dog. And then I said I was going to go to bed because I was tired. And she said she was going to go to bed too. And then I went to my room. I was going to sleep. And she came out and asked if I had Murphy, and I said no. And then I went to bed.
Okay. So what time did you think you took Murphy out?
From like 3 to 30.
2:30 to 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
In my opinion, this was Ann Taylor's exculpatory evidence. Watch what happens here. Listen. Also, let's not forget that Maddie tried Jack as well from 2:44 a.m. to 2:52 a.m.
Where do you normally take Murphy to go to the bathroom?
Just the back door in the kitchen.
So which one is 1122? So if I'm coming up King Road off of Taylor,
It's the big white house up there.
all the way to the very top on the right?
Well, it's technically on Queen, but the address is King.
Okay. So is it the one that's tucked back as you're going up to 500 Clean Road? Those big apartments? It's kind of tucked back just a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you normally go out the back deck then?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I know Cheshire then. Okay. So you go there. You and Maddie take the dog out.
Mm-hmm.
And then how long do you think that took?
I was out there for maybe like 10 seconds.
Okay. Okay. So then you both come back in. So you and Maddie both
I
come
came
back
in before she did.
Okay. Did Maddie still have the dog then?
Yes, I think so.
So you went out for a little bit, came back in. Do you know what time Maddie came back in?
Mm-hmm.
And you went straight to bed when you came back in?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How long after you went to bed do you think Maddie came back?
Actually, I came in, grabbed some chips, went to my room, and watched the show for a little, and then I went to bed.
What were you watching?
It's called Baby Daddy.
Okay. How long do you think you watched it?
Maybe like 30 minutes.
So one episode maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or like a half.
Okay. And did Maddie come in during that show or after?
She just knocked on my door, I think, during the last. I had Murphy, and I said no.
Okay. Then what happened after that?
I just went to bed, and then I woke up and I was like half asleep, and I thought I saw like a firework or something, like it just sparkled like under my door, and I thought I heard like something kind of fall, and like Murphy barked, but I thought people were just making like food, like and Ethan was here or something and knocked something over because he's usually loud in the kitchen upstairs.
Okay. So what do you mean by you heard a firework?
It sounded like a little firework, and then there was like a spark. I went by my like. I'm on the bottom floor.
Okay.
And so it kind of looked like it came down there, but I don't know.
Can't even imagine Kaylee telling Maddie, here, take my dog out. No way in hell. Something happened here. At 2 a.m., I'm going to say something happened. In my opinion.
So is Murphy your dog?
Kaylee's dog.
Kaylee's dog?
Kaylee and her ex-boyfriend's dog.
Okay. So you heard Murphy bark right after you heard what you thought was a firecracker?
Yeah, something like that, but he like, I don't know, dogs bark at random things. And sometimes when he's happy, he'll bark.
Okay. It didn't sound like an angry growl or anything like that, just a bark?
I don't really know. I was like half asleep.
Okay.
I just sounded like bark.
So, hear the firework, kind of see a spark underneath the door.
Mm-hmm.
Murphy barks. What'd you hear after that?
Pretty much nothing.
Nothing.
That's it.
Okay. And you thought maybe someone was just in the kitchen at that point?
Yeah, just like someone accidentally fell into the table or something.
Okay.
And she was like, what do you be?
Do you know about what time that might have been? Do you have any
Like
idea?
4 or something. I tried to call all of them at like 4:20ish. Around that time, and no one was answering. I thought they just went to bed or something.
Okay. What happened after that?
And called me, and she said she thinks she saw someone. And I didn't know like really what to think of it, because sometimes we think we hear things a lot in the house, but it's usually just Ethan walking around. But she came, I told her to come in my room, and she could sleep with me, and we could lock the door and just stay in there just in case if there was anything, and that's all I know. That's all I know. And I'm so back asleep.